What's up, and welcome to the August challenge. We were not able to do the live. Well, actually, we did do the live. Our sound just wasn't working the entire time, so that was great. So we are doing this Loom video in order to give you the third installment of the August challenge. So let's dive in. Welcome to the challenge. Let's dive in. To start this off, a powerful quote: "An hour of planning can save you 10 hours of doing." And the entire theme of this challenge live is going to be on how to actually plan. So before we jump into it though,
congrats to Lauren. She made it all the way to the top, and there's a few creeping up right behind her. Looks like there's 4 on the next one down, and then there's 6 down from there. So everyone's doing an awesome job, so keep up the great work.
let's go. We still have enough points left for the rest of this week that we can still get a lot of people into the drawing, so keep up the good work.
All right, so we just wanted to do a quick refresher on the Food Freedom Framework, and it's made up of 3 equal parts, which is mindset, mindful eating, and meal planning. And today we're going to be talking about meal planning.
Introducing the Macro Meal Map. This is your 3-step guide to mastering your nutrition, helping you break down each of your goals meal by meal, and then aligning your meals with your lifestyle, so this is actually something you can follow, and overcome any obstacles along the way. And to really drive home the Macro Meal Map, I want to give you an example of someone who has used this really well. This is Christy. Christy is an absolute powerhouse. She's a mom of 3, a former powerlifter, and despite following a very clean diet, she was struggling hard with severe digestive distress whenever she first joined us. Literally every time she ate, she experienced intense bloating, which led to brain fog, constant fatigue. She literally needed a nap every single day just to function. And as you can imagine, it started to affect every aspect of her life. So when she joined, the first step that we took is the step that you all take whenever you come in, is getting a clear picture of where your food's at. So we start by tracking her food, getting that clear picture. And from there, we introduced her to the Macro Meal Map, which became an absolute game changer for her. By planning her meals with intention, she was able to hit her nutrition goals while also ensuring that the food she was eating would not trigger her bloating. And she was able to find like a nutrition plan and a meal plan that works for her really well, to where she doesn't experience the digestive distress that she was experiencing. And as you can see, she achieved an awesome physique through doing that. It helped her to build muscle, lose fat, she boosted her energy levels, and she went on to compete in 2 bikini competitions. The most recent one, she placed 5th in her master's class. She's now building for her next competition, which is going to be in the wellness category. So she's building her legs up a ton, and her journey is just like the powerful testament to what you can do when you personalize your nutrition, when you plan it out, and when you follow that plan.
So the first step in our macro meal map is to break down your daily macro goals into meals. So start by figuring out how many meals that you eat in a day. So take a moment to think, how many meals do you usually eat in a day? Write that down now. You can pause this video if you need to think about it too. And then divide each of your macro goals by the number of meals that you eat.
All right, and we're going to go into an example so that we can show you the math if you're not a math person. Okay, so for example, let's say that you eat 4 meals per day and your macronutrient goals are 135 grams of protein, 180 grams of carbs, and 60 grams of fat. Okay, we're going to lay out the math for this, super simple. So you just take the amount of protein, which was 135, divided by the amount of meals that we talked about, 4. That comes out to around 34 grams. You might get a number that's a decimal, just round up. So I think this was 33.75. I just rounded up to 34, okay? Then we do the same thing for our carbs. So 180 divided by 4, around 45, and then 60 divided by 4, 15 grams. So these are now your goals for each meal.
So now it's your turn. So pause this video and use your own macro goals to figure out what you need to hit in each meal. And then once you have that, we can move to the next step.
Pause the video, do it. Do the math.
All right, the next step is to align your meal plan with your lifestyle. Your meal plan should work with your life, not against it. So let's make sure that it's something that you can stick to consistently. You do that by choosing foods that you enjoy and that fit in your macro goals. This isn't about restriction, it's about creating a plan that you actually enjoy. And we don't need to cut out desserts or your favorite foods to lose fat.
Hence this brownie sundae down in the corner that we recently ate.
Yeah.
You also want to align your meals by planning out meals that actually fit into your daily lifestyle. So for a lot of our clients who wake up early in the day and they go right to work, they might plan meals like overnight oats for breakfast or super shake. This is one that Clara made during one of our last challenges, and she shared this to her stories. Or you could also do a burrito bowl for lunches, something that's quick. It meshes with your schedule. You can plan it out and make it, and it's super easy. So now it's your turn to do this. So we are going to plan your meals with the macro goals that you actually calculated in the last step. And to do that, we're going to start it off with the protein goal. So I want you to pick a protein that you would normally eat from this list. You can go ahead and pause this if you need to read it and pick one. Go ahead and write it down. And then what we're going to do is take out your macro tracking app, whatever one you use. We're going to add in that protein that you just picked into one of your meals, and you're going to adjust the serving size until you're within 10 grams of your protein goal for that meal. This is going to be guess and check until you learn the macros in each food. So I just want you to be extremely patient with yourself as you do this, and know that every time you are guessing and checking, you are learning. So take some time to do this. Pause the video and adjust the serving sizes until you're within that 10 grams of the protein goal.
So now that you have your protein goal in that meal, do the same thing for your carbs and fats. So take this list and pick one out of each to add to your meal. And then you can pause this again if you need to read and take a second to figure out what that's going to be for you. And then adjust the serving size amount until you hit your goal. So pause the video and do that now for your carbs and your fats.
And you're back. Way to go. Congratulations. You did it. You have officially planned your first meal. And now our goal is to go back and do this for each meal that you are planning to eat. Feel free to pause this and fill in the remainder of your meals. The more that you do this and make it hands-on, the more you're going to learn. And the best time to do it is now. So let's go. Do it.
So now that you have all your meals planned, you may be wondering what happens when life happens. That is where step 3 comes in, being prepared for obstacles and setbacks.
And by obstacles and setbacks, we mean probably every weekend. So we want to prepare you for the days when your usual routine is thrown off. I want you to think of an upcoming event that you might have. How can you adjust your meal plan to stay on track for that? So if you know that maybe somebody asked you to go to lunch and you had a meal planned already, so it's an unexpected lunch, you could just go in and delete the lunch that you had planned and then add in the new one, whatever restaurant you're going to, add in the ingredients for the meal that you're planning until it fits your goals. And you'll get better and better at this as you go. This is pretty easy when you do lunches like Chipotle, Subway, or BB Bob, which are super customizable. And if you have a dinner plan that night, maybe you could make your meals before the dinner a little bit lighter, and then you can enjoy yourself at dinner a little bit more, or you could choose a macro-friendly option whenever you go out to eat. And if you need a macro-friendly fast food guide, DM us fast food, and we can give you the link to the one that we've created.
So here's some tips to help you with meal planning. So we recommend reviewing your meal plan weekly to make sure that you're hitting all of your targets. And we can also use this to see what foods may not be agreeing with your body to ensure that you're getting the right nutrients in too. And flexibility is key. Your plan should adapt to your life, not the other way around. And remember, it's not about being perfect, it's about making consistent progress. And if something isn't working, tweak it until it does. If you find that you're always hungry before lunch, you might just need to adjust your breakfast to include maybe more protein or fiber. And each week we will help you to track your progress and highlight your bright spots and help you to improve wherever you may need to improve.
Awesome. So to wrap this all up, the macro meal map has 3 steps. The first step is your meal by meal breakdown, so figuring out what your macros are per meal. Next is the lifestyle aligned planning, so making sure that you're planning in the foods that you actually enjoy so that you don't get to that meal and think, oh, I have to eat this. If you plan this out the right way with foods that are delicious and that you like, then that won't happen. And number 3 is the obstacle and setback prep. So making sure that you are flexible with yourself, that you look ahead at menus, and that you plan for whenever you have the weekend or when your routines are off.
All right, thanks for taking the time to come here and learn how to hit your nutrition goals. And we'll be announcing the winner of the August challenge and the September challenge details on your next group call, which is going to be Monday, September 2nd at 7 p.m. EST. And we will see you then.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much for coming. See you. Make sure that you comment any questions or DM us any questions that you have. And I hope that you have a great week. See you.